Hey everyone, this is an in-depth review about Nocturnal Wonderland 2019. I'm going to talk about everything from the DJ performances to the stage designs, the weather, camping, and so much more with pictures and videos so you can see what it was really like. I have a lot to say about camping. Spoiler alert, it was one of the worst camping festival experiences I've ever had. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Cotton Candy. I travel the world going to different music festivals and make super awesome videos about all of them. If you want an inside look at music festivals all over the world, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any awesome adventures. This is a very detailed review about Nocturnal Wonderland. I'm going to talk about all aspects of the festival, so I'll put the timestamps to the different sections in the description in case you're looking for some specific information. Like if you want to skip camping, the first part of this video I'm going to talk about camping in detail and then we'll talk about the festival. Quick overview, Nocturnal Wonderland is a really special event. It was not only the first INSOMNIAC festival ever that started in 1995, but it's also the longest running rave/dance music festival in America. It's currently a 2-day festival held every year in September in Southern California, and it does have camping, as I already alluded to. This year was the last year it's going to be held at the Glen Helen Regional Park in San Bernardino, California. Apparently they're moving locations next year. It has been confirmed. I was lucky enough to attend this festival at this location 3 times, but I'm excited to see where they take it next. Like, I always love exploring new venues, you know? I have a lot to go over about camping. It's genuinely like its own thing. Like, I think it's like half of the festival. And this year, as far as logistics go, I can honestly say it was one of the worst camping festival experiences I've ever had. Like, the people were super cool, the vibes were great, but as far as logistics go, like what INSOMNIAC was responsible for, I honestly give it like a D or maybe like a C-. There were a few different kinds of camping options. There was RV camping, tent camping, which is what we did because by the time I decided to go, they sold out of car camping, which is fine. Tent camping is fine. And then again, car camping, like I just said. And then they had lakeside and waterfront camping, and they were by like the lake. Just the difference was waterfront camping had a park in the same parking lot as tent camping, and lakeside camping, I guess, had their own parking lot that was actually inside the camping area closer to your tents. This is the map for the campground this year. It's honestly a really nice venue for a camping festival. There's tons of trees with shade. As I already mentioned, with waterfront and lakeside camping, there's obviously like a lake. It can be really spacious. I will get to that. It wasn't because of how crowded it was, but yeah, in general, it is a nice venue. So the weather, it was your typical summer Southern California weather. When we got to the venue, when we checked in for camping, it was literally in the hundreds. And we didn't have sunscreen when we were like checking in and setting up. I need to come prepared next time because I give all this advice and then I don't follow it myself. So we didn't have sunscreen and it was freaking hot. Also, in the tip videos I did before, I did really emphasize that the venue was really dusty, and I hope you guys listened to me because I was not lying. The dust was horrible as usual. I wore one of these like literally most of the time, and then I saw people wearing actual dust masks. I was like, damn, I thought I was a veteran and I knew my shit, but I actually don't because that's hella smart. Honestly, for the most part, our checking in went pretty smoothly. We got there early at like 4 p.m. before most people got there, and we did tent camping, so we went through the line and we parked our car in the lot. There was a place called Lunar Lane, as you can see on the map. It's like really close. We didn't have to walk that far. I mean, carrying all of our stuff from the car to security and like through it was a little hard because the whole parking lot was gravel and giant rocks. It was not fun, so luckily when we got in there was a spot really close and we didn't have to carry our stuff very far because we were so tired. And we got a pretty decent spot. It was like flat grassy area and we got some shade and we had really cool neighbors on all sides of us, so it was a really great spot, honestly. It was kind of weird to us, to everyone, that there weren't like assigned spots. It was kind of like go find your own spot and camp wherever you want, which I mean like was cool for us because we got a good spot. We didn't have any issues finding a spot, but like the people who came later, because it was like a free-for-all, and I feel for the people who got there really late, carrying all their stuff and having no idea where to go. There were people like coming like during the dark and they were like, is there room here? Is there room here? And I felt so bad for them, but it was just like, And that's what it was like for car camping too, and lakeside camping and waterfront camping. Like, none of it was labeled. There were these little like street signs that help people find out which row they were in. So it was like Lunar Lane, which we were at, and then 8th Street, 9th Street, 10th Street. But like when it's dark, when those people were like driving around looking for lakeside camping and stuff, like you can't see those. Like, it wasn't helpful to try and figure out like where you were in the campsite, where you were driving. And then apparently people had found spots and like set up their campsite and everything. And like the next day people would like come and be like, oh, you can't camp there because this needs to be like a walkway or whatever. And they would have to pick up all their stuff and go find another place all over again. And yeah, that sucks. Like, I didn't like things about Nocturnal. I didn't have the best experience with logistics, but I know people had even worse experiences. Yeah. Let's talk about the restroom situation. Actually, from what I heard, yes, all the porta potties were really bad at times. Like, most of them did get cleaned and restocked at some point. But the ones by where we camped, the ones by Lunar Lane, literally never cleaned, never any toilet paper or hand sanitizer or water for you to wash your hands ever. Now let's talk about the shower situation, which is even worse. The showers were like these trailers with like gym-like showers, pretty standard for camping festivals, and they were clean for the most part. However, again, logistics. On Saturday, I waited in line for the showers for 2 hours. I counted 2 hours. I was waiting in the sun. I'm generally like a really chill, happy person, but an hour and a half into that wait in the sun, I was not happy, you guys. And thank God it really was worth it. Taking that cold shower, it just really like hit the spot. But like the second day, I did go in search of shorter lines, and I found this place by like the RVs that had really short lines, and so I went to those showers and it was really nice. There were free water stations throughout the festival, as there always should be, so people don't die. There was a huge variety of delicious food to choose from. Again though, logistics. It's like the lines to get food or drinks or anything were so freaking long. Like half-hour waits in the sun in 90-degree weather for everything. It's like they definitely 100% did not have enough resources for the amount of people that were doing camping this year. There weren't enough showers, there weren't enough food places, and so the lines were really, really long. There were no bars, no alcohol for sale in the campsite, which was kind of weird. Yes, it was in the festival, but none in the campsite, and I mean, people are allowed to bring their own alcohol, so I guess that's why. There were a bunch of these scheduled activities in the campsite, like yoga, hooping, arts and crafts, chakra balancing, a bunch of stuff which in theory would have been super cool to do, except for the fact that I didn't get to do any of it. I spent literally my whole time during the day in the campsite waiting in lines, waiting in line to get food, waiting in line for the showers, waiting in line for the stupid water park, which I never got into because I was not gonna wait longer than an hour. And then my friends told me that they ended up waiting 3 hours to get into that water park. I'm sure a lot of this sounds just really negative and like I'm doing nothing but complaining, but I genuinely feel like I need to do honest reviews of these festivals I go to. And you know, I love INSOMNIAC events. This is probably one of the first times ever I've had to give a bad review on anything having to do with them. When I camped at Nocturnal the year before, it was nothing like this. But yeah, let's get on to more positive aspects about camping. There was a pre-party on Friday only for campers, and the lineup was really, really good. Dr. Fresh was super lit. Say My Name was super lit. When you compare how many people were at the pre-party when I went in 2017 and how many people were at this pre-party, it was super packed, yes, but it was really fun. Everyone had their light toys and people were like really, really good at it here. If you do camping at Nocturnal, the party basically never stops from the time you get there on Friday until Monday when you leave. There's the pre-party, and then after the festival, they have silent discos that go till 7 a.m. every night. What the DJ is playing, it's like silent, like you can't hear it out loud, but it is being transmitted to those headphones. It had 2 different channels playing 2 different music, but they were like on the same cart stage thing. And it was really cool that everyone was like partying together and listening to 2 different types of music. So you'd have half the crowd listening to like the house set, like their headphones were blue, and then half were listening to like the dubstep set and they were red, but everybody was like mixed in together and vibing and dancing together, but listening to 2 completely different things. Tell me that's not cool, guys. Honestly, one of my top 3 favorite sets of that weekend was at the silent disco, and so it was KO who was on the official lineup for this silent disco. When I got there, they were actually doing a KO back-to-back Yultron back-to-back JCO set, and it was really, really, really good. So yeah, I had problems with the logistics of camping. It was on INSOMNIAC. It had nothing to do with the people. I love camping festivals always just because the vibes are really great. It's like we were miserable in some situations, but we were miserable together and we made the best out of it. Everyone just kept it positive and we got through the heat and shitty logistic situations together. Now let's talk about the actual festival, which I honestly think, apart from camping, like this being its own thing, it was a great event. It only goes from 3 p.m. until midnight on Saturday and Sunday, which is kind of weird. It has to do with the location of the festival It has like a noise curfew, but it's kind of weird that Nocturnal ends at midnight. In my opinion, Nocturnal should go until the sun comes up, and of course it technically does. If you do camping, it has those silent discos that go until 7 a.m. But yeah, the festival ends at midnight for regular attendees. I hope that next year when they change locations, that maybe they'll find a place that allows the party to go later. The weather was the same as what I mentioned for camping. It was in the 90s during the day, so it was really hot. It was also really dusty, as I forewarned everyone. They did try to prevent some of the dust. I don't know if this helped. Like in the locations of the stages where people were going to be dancing and kicking up a bunch of dirt, they put like this fake grass carpety kind of thing, and I don't know if it helped because the festival was still really dusty. They at least get an A for trying. This was the map for the festival this year. They definitely expanded from what it was like when I went in 2017. Of course, since they expanded, there was that massive hill that you had to go up and down to get to and from the labyrinth. It definitely was like leg day back to back on Saturday and Sunday. My calves were filling it on Monday, man, because I was at that stage a lot. This was the lineup for this year for 2019. I really wasn't like super impressed. It's a lot smaller lineup than they used to do in the past. I had a lot of fun at the base stage both days for Bass Rush and Deadbeats. This was the main stage called Wolves Den. It was basically a bunch of LED screens. I really like LED screen stages because I think it gives a lot of flexibility for creativity for each DJ to show like their own visuals. I saw Kid here, Alan Walker, Chris Lake, and a few others. The Labyrinth was also like an LED screen stage design, and I liked it a lot. It was kind of smaller and intimate. The setup was kind of like an amphitheater with the stage at the bottom, and then you could be up on the hill. Again, I love the screens because of the capability you have for the different visuals, and Bass Rush always has the dopest visuals. The bass pod at EDC this year was probably my favorite stage because of those Bass Rush visuals. Like, they're just really cool, and so the visuals were just as sick here, and I loved it. Sunken Garden was basically the same stage that they've had for the past few years, which is fine. It's like a lighthouse. A lot of like the techno and house was on the stage, and it was really groovy. I had a good time there. The fourth stage wasn't really a stage. It was like the Parliament art car, which is really tiny. Where it was located, like the sound bleed from the main stage was a little too much for me. I guess if you were really close to the art car, it wasn't as bad, but like just chilling to the side, sound bleed, definitely a thing. My top 3 favorite sets of the weekend, in case you skipped the camping part of this video, one of them was the Silent Disco set for Yultron, back-to-back JCO, back-to-back KO. That was a really good set. And then there was Zed's Dead on Saturday, and oh my gosh, they blew my mind. So I saw them at DOS Energy a few weeks before, or actually it was just one of them. I don't know why, but it was just one of them, and like it was a really cool set, but it was actually nothing like what they played at Nocturnal. This Nocturnal set was crazy. It was definitely the best set of theirs I've ever seen, and one of my favorites from the festival. However, Black Tiger Sex Machine on Sunday, definitely my favorite one of the whole weekend. I've seen them before, I saw them at EDC, but this set, I don't know, you know, it might just be the stage. Like, it was a really cool stage and a really intimate kind of setting. So this experience, seeing their set, it was just insane. It was like so freaking hard and badass, like the whole time, in your face. Again, the visuals, they blew my mind, guys. They blew my mind. The sound quality at the Labyrinth, I don't know if it's because it was like the amphitheater setup, and like I said, it was kind of somewhat enclosed, a little intimate. Sound quality was just on point. Now at the main stage, it wasn't as good to me in my opinion. Maybe because of this open area, it just didn't sound as good. The Sunken Garden, that area actually sounded really good. I don't think I heard any sound bleed from the main stage or the Labyrinth from there. But yeah, Parliament Art Car, definitely sound bleed from the main stage. The theme of Nocturnal Wonderland is super cool. It's like this nocturnal neon animal theme, and they have a bunch of characters walking around. They have a lot of fun with this theme. There's really cool art installations and live painting. There are some different activities and extras, like you could get blacklight body paint. The line was a little too long for me, but I did see some really cool designs that people were doing. The restrooms in the festival were great. Like, they all had toilet paper. They had those little areas where you could wash your hand with soap. It was fully stocked every time I went into the restroom. There was hand sanitizer. I wish the camping situation would have been like that too. And there was a lot of people. Like, I don't think they necessarily oversold, but compared to what it was like in the past, there was a lot more people there. It was very crowded. And the lines for the water station, like, forget it. It was so bad. All the food and alcohol there is really pricey, just like with any other festival. I bought a vodka lemonade for like $20 freaking dollars. Let's talk about their merchandise, which I loved. I am wearing what I got. So I got this Nocturnal t-shirt, and it's really cute. I will take a picture. I don't want to turn around right now. It's really cute. It's like my favorite shirt. I might wear this in every one of my videos now. I also got this lanyard. I'm a huge fan of getting lanyards as my festival memorabilia because, you know, I carry my keys on it and then I just get to look at it every day. And then I got this sticker pack for only $10 and I thought it was a good investment because I could put one on my water bottle and then I can give them to like my friends like who didn't get to go. I just barely like got this water bottle, so I have to fill it with stickers now. I think that looks good. Yeah, if I was rich, I would have gotten like everything from the merch booth. Like all of the designs this year were so cool. Oh, those are so fucking cute! Oh my god! Look! Oh, damn. That blanket is fucking dope. Yay! My overall thoughts, my final verdict of Nocturnal Wonderland 2019 is that the festival itself was pretty darn good. It was a great event. It's not my favorite event of all time. Of course, I've been to a lot of festivals and there's nothing super special about it that stands out to me. It's a pretty small event. It had really good set performances. It has a fun theme, but it is just like another festival to me. The camping aspect is what makes it unique and what is the best part about the festival in my opinion. Like despite the horrible logistics issues, I still had a good time because the people were so great to hang out with in the campsite. Yeah, despite everything, it's still the best part and I do plan on going again next year and camping next year. The problems that it had this year are obviously not going to be a problem next year. I mean, I don't know, a new venue can actually mean more problems or different problems, but it is my job to go to festivals and review them, especially because it's a new venue next year. I'll be there. Let me know in the comment section if you went to Nocturnal this year. Did you like the festival? What was your experience camping? Who were your favorite sets and all that good stuff? Don't forget to check out my vlogs if you want to see what the festival was really like from an attendee's point of view. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so for more awesome videos about music festivals all over the world. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace out, Girl Scouts.